and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm Monica, and today's video is going to be me telling you the high-end products that I hate because they're so good. So, what does that mean? It means they're so good, I don't want to spend money on them, but I do want to spend money on them because there's nothing that I can compare them to at the drugstore or like at drugstore prices. So we're gonna do some skincare, some makeup, we've got a hair item, actually a couple of hair items, and we're gonna talk about it. I'm excited because I always like to give praise to the drugstore. I love the drugstore. Pretty much my entire makeup routine on a daily basis is from the drugstore, but then there are products that are available, that are out there, that just cannot be compared to a drugstore product. There's not a drugstore alternative. So let's go ahead and get started. I think I'm going to start off with makeup, then we're going to do some skincare, and then we'll end on hair. So let's talk about some eyeshadow palettes. If you've watched my channel at all, you know I love eyeshadow palettes. I love eyeshadow. We've got some here that I just don't have any options to offer you from the drugstore. They just cannot be beat. So let's talk about this Natasha Denona mini Starlette palette. This is kind of what introduced me, or reintroduced me actually, to Natasha Denona. Why? Because I've been that person for years that has been like, Natasha Denona eyeshadows are just, they're not as good as everybody says, which is true. The Glam palette or any eyeshadow products that I had tried from them, I just was really underwhelmed by. But then I tried the mini Starlette, and I was proven wrong, or at least when it came to new releases. This definitely lives up to the Natasha Denona eyeshadow hype. This is my favorite shade right here. This is the shade Rhea, and it is just so pretty. It cannot be beat, it cannot be matched. So that reintroduced me to Natasha Denona, and then after I fell in love with that one, I tried the I Need a Nude palette. I even keep it in its box because it's just so pretty. So this is the ideal nude palette, for me at least. This and the mini Starlette were in my favorites of 2023 video, and they are so good. It's expensive, it's pricey, but I love it. Every time I use it, I'm like, oh, I missed you. This color story is exactly what I've been wanting from Natasha Denona. I thought the Glam palette was gonna give me this kind of, you know, shade range, and it did not, and the patchiness and the like chunkiness of those shadows they're just not the same as these. These are better. I don't know what it is. The shimmers are so much better. The mattes are so much more blendable than the mattes in past palettes, and the same can be said for the mini Starlette. So these are pricey, but I love them, but I hate how pricey they are. So then let's talk about these Anastasia palette. So this is the Nouveau palette. It is gorgeous. I mean, can you blame me? It is so beautiful. I love the color story. I love the greens in here. I just love how well these shadows blend. The shimmers, they're almost like soft, not in a crumbly way, but soft in like the most workable, blendable way. The mattes are beautiful. They're so soft as well. There's definitely fallout in these palettes. I don't have a problem with fallout because I always do my eyes first. I don't know what my hair is doing. They could convince me to get color stories that I wouldn't need or necessarily use much because of the formula alone. This is definitely a different color story than I normally go for, but every single time I use this palette, I'm just like, this shadow formula is almost unbeatable. Like this one, the shadow formulas I'm talking about today are unbeatable, and they're not comparable. Like they don't have any drugstore competitors. So then I also have the Rose Metals palette. Ugh, this is very grungy. I love to pull this out in the fall. I love the depth to these shadows. The formula is once again unbeatable. To be honest, this and these Natasha Denona palettes right here are the holy grail of high-end, like Sephora or Ulta selling palettes, if that makes sense. So these are so good. I love them. I love the Natasha Denona ones. If you're looking for blendability, if you're looking for pigmentation and just ease of formula, those are it. So our Sigma shadows. This is the Ambiance palette. I have other Sigma shadows, but this is my most used palette. I love the new Mod one as well. That one could come out for Valentine's Day, I think. This one is definitely very warm. It'll be coming back out in the summer. I love it. My favorite shades are Luster right here and Basque right here. I love these. It also comes with a beautiful eyeshadow brush. If you're like, I don't have an eyeshadow brush, these are actually really nice eyeshadow brushes. I cannot say enough good things about Sigma's shadows. It has been an awesome formula, and I'm telling you, these are some of the best shadows out there. These are the holy grail of shadows that are available in the higher end price range. They're all pretty expensive, and I wouldn't necessarily say go out and buy them. You need them because I have great drugstore palettes that I love as well, but these, you just can't beat them. And that's why I love and hate them. All right, so let's do some foundation products. First, I'm gonna start off with the Fenty Stick Eaze Drop Foundation. I have been gushing about this for a good bit now because it's so good. There is not a stick foundation out there like this one, including at the drugstore. This one is the best, the standard, above the standard. Like this, it cannot be matched. It is the absolute best. The shade range is, of course, great. It looks like your skin on your skin. I'm wearing it today, and every time I wear it, I'm like, I look so youthful and fresh without looking oily or anything like that. It is the best. The coverage is like medium on first application, but you can build it, no problem. I feel like you could just build and build and build and build this, and it never would really get cakey. I feel like you could put a decent amount of like layers on and not have an issue. It cannot be matched. I wish it could because it's expensive and you don't get that much, but it is really, really good. So the Tower 28 Sunny Days Tinted Sunscreen, the reason it cannot be matched is because this is the most foundation-like tinted sunscreen out there. It's definitely a tinted sunscreen. It's got a huge shade range. It is the only one out there like that. I think it's like $32 or something like that. I have this, by the way, in the shade Melrose. I have it in my Self Tanner shade. I just love to like put it on with my fingers, no problem. I just love this so, so much. And there is not a product out there, regardless at the drugstore or any other opposing like, you know, competitor brands that are high end, that competes with this. There's no other product like it. It is truly the best. It's like this in liquid form. There's just nothing out there like it. And I'm really impressed that they took a tinted sunscreen and made it more wearable for like every day. So like sometimes you think tinted sunscreen doesn't have a ton of coverage. This one does medium coverage, so beautiful. You can build it up. It's so easy to put on. I love it so much. All right, let's talk about some cream bronzers. So first we've got the Nars Laguna cream bronzer. This was one that I feel like it was a favorite in 2022. I mean, it's definitely a favorite, but I didn't talk about it in my favorites of 2023 because it had already been out. This is so good. First of all, the smell is very nostalgic to me. I cannot figure out what it smells like, but it reminds me of something. But there's so much product in here, you would never run out. And you just take it, it's so easy to work with. You really can't mess it up. It definitely packs a punch. It leans almost like a moussey matte texture, so it's really smoothing. If you've got like some acne scars, this I think would actually kind of camouflage them and not accentuate them at all. Like if you have like more pitted scars, do you know what I mean? And it is really just so, so beautiful on the skin. I feel like I cannot tell you how good it is. There's really no other cream bronzer like it. There are cream bronzer alternatives at the drugstore that are really good, but none that match the texture and the finish. This is really just one of the best. I reach for it over like my drugstore cream bronzers, to be honest. Those are so good. They're just not comparable to this because this one really is the best texture-wise, finish-wise, application-wise. And the other bronzer that is unmatchable, if you can use that word, is the Merit Cream Bronzer. Oh my gosh, is this the easiest cream bronzer to just throw on? You can just apply it directly onto your skin. You can put it on your hand and go from there. You can put it directly on the brush. I love it. It's so different from the Nars one. They're not even really comparable to each other. This one's a little bit more of a natural look. You don't get as much of a punch with it off initial application, and the finish is completely different. But somehow it's comparable to that one in the fact that it doesn't accentuate like any sort of pitted scarring if you have that, or any pigmentation. It doesn't take away your foundation, neither does the Nars one. And there's no other cream stick bronzer like it. It is the best, it cannot be beat, and I just, every time I pull either one of these bronzers out, I'm like, oh, why do I ever stray from these two cream bronzers, because they are truly the best. Now into skincare. Let's start off with this Alastin Ultra Light Moisturizer. This is the best moisturizer I've ever tried. It's like $70. If you had told me like 7 months ago or 8 months ago, however long ago it was when I tried this or before I tried it, this is the best, you're never gonna wanna use another moisturizer, I would've been like, that's hilarious. It cannot be that good for that price. It sadly is, especially in the like dry winter months. I have dry to combination skin, but it's just straight up dry in the winter months. And this has been saving it. No dry patches, nothing the entire winter season. That has never happened to me. I love the CeraVe PM moisturizer. That one will definitely be like my summertime one, but I think this one's officially my wintertime one, even though it's so expensive, because it really is that good. And I've tried so many moisturizers and none of them compete with this one on how well it hydrates and moisturizes without like being too heavy for the daytime. We've got the Skinfix Barrier Triple Lipid and Collagen Eye Treatment. This makes me so mad. This is so good. I have been an eye cream aficionado, I don't even know, like hoarder, because I've just been trying so many. I need like help with my dark circles. I need help, like I get such dry under eyes right on the outer corners, especially when it's cold outside and dry outside. This has changed my life, and it is unbelievably expensive. It is $54, which is crazy. I know you don't necessarily need an eye cream. I know you can just use your moisturizer, but I'm telling you, there's something special about this one. It's got like where it looks like almost like a water gel texture, but it really packs such a punch. It helps me feel so awake even without like putting it in the fridge. It moisturizes so well to where my makeup goes on perfectly on top of it. No problem with it affecting any like eyeshadow formula or concealer formula or anything like that. But it just moisturizes my eyes and hydrates around, and my dark circles look better with this. And I hate it, but I think I'm actually gonna repurchase this when the Sephora sale hits, whenever that will be in spring, because it's so good and I just have a hard time wanting to spend $54 on it because it's so expensive. So the Paula's Choice BHA Liquid Exfoliant is one that I have been using for years. There's nothing out there like this. It does a great job of just treating, preventing, keeping your skin clear. Like if you are prone to breakouts, this will be your best friend. I hate how expensive it is. They have a jumbo size now that I want to get. You can only get it like from Sephora, I think, and this website, because it may be a little bit more bang for my buck. It's definitely up there in price. It's not the most expensive thing I have here in the skincare category or even the makeup category, but it is expensive, but I love it and I hate it because it's so expensive, but I love it. You know what I mean? That's what this video is. This is a body skincare product. This is the Osea, or however you pronounce it, Undaria Algae Body Butter. This I tried on a whim. It was like just like the small size. I was like, whatever, it's got good reviews. I am somebody who like, I want my body to be moisturized, but I don't like the feeling of being sticky, which comes with a lot of moisturizers. And so I just saw this and it had good reviews. I was like, we'll try it. No, it is the best. It's got the best texture. Like, look at that texture. The best texture. It is so beautiful on the skin. It smells like oranges. I mean, like, I cannot get enough of the smell. I've told other people about this. It makes you feel so moisturized without being sticky. You can go to bed and you don't feel like you're sticking to your sheets or anything like that. I use it during the summer when I'm like, you know, my legs are out because it's hot and I don't want to look like ashy or gross and dry, because that can sometimes happen. This is so nice. If you're just like, I have tried everything at the drugstore and it's just too sticky and you just can't stand that feeling, give this a try. This is the big size. This is 6.7 ounces, so you get a decent amount of product. It lasts a really long time. Try the smaller one first. I think that one's like $25. It's still expensive, but you can kind of get an idea if you like it, and that one lasts like a good 3 or 4 months if you use it every single day. I hate how much I like this because it's so expensive. I never thought that I would be the person who bought like a really bougie body butter, but here we are because it's really that good. All right, so real quick, we're on to hair. I want to shout out the Redken Extreme line from Redken. That was redundant. The Extreme line from Redken in the blue bottles. I would show you them right now, but they're actually wet still from this morning's shower, so I didn't want to deal with like wet bottles, so I'm just gonna flash a picture on the screen. This is a great strength line. Now, the Redken All Soft Mega is one that I would shout out as well if it hadn't been discontinued, but I love the Redken Extreme line. It's like $52 for the bottles. They're expensive. They last a while, but I will say they're expensive. It's an investment, but if you're like, my hair is fried off, I need something to fix this, you need a moisturizing shampoo and you need a protein shampoo, and you alternate. My moisturizing shampoo right now is backups of the Redken All Soft Mega, but the Matrix Food for Soft line is also really good. It's not quite as pricey though, so I'm not putting it on this list in this video because it's not as pricey as the Redken lines are, but it is really good if you want a moisturizing one. Just side note, the Redken Extreme line, if you're like, I don't want to try Olaplex, it's expensive for that little bitty bottle, which I agree, try the Redken Extreme line. Everybody I know that has used this has loved it. My mom has been using it and she really likes it. It's been helping her hair become healthier, and it's one of the products, or like one of the lines of products, that helped repair my hair after it was completely fried off. I had a bad cut. I had been straightening it for years. I hadn't even used bleach on it. I use bleach on my hair now, not very much, but still some bleach can cause dryness and breakage. This is saving my hair. Like, my hair has never been this healthy, never been this full. I've always had thick hair, but this is the most manageable, thick, soft hair that actually grows past a certain point. It used to be where it wouldn't grow past here, something like that. Now it grows like as long as I want it to, no problem, and this line is definitely one of the factors of that. And if you're like, I need something to help my hair become strong, this is the line I think you need to try. Like I said, it's expensive and it's an investment, but it is worth it. So the last thing I want to talk about is the Shark Flexstyle. This was also a favorite of 2023. I tried it, I did a whole video on it, and I just cannot shut up about it. It is so good. Ever since I tried it, I haven't dried my hair the same way. I go in with the paddle brush attachment, and that's how I dry my hair. Well, first I make sure I dry everything first, because you never want to use an attachment like that on my hair because your hair's so fragile and delicate when it's wet. But when I'm like trying to blow dry it straight, I use the paddle brush attachment. I love that you can turn the base attachment into an actual shape of a hairdryer. I think that alone wins out over the Dyson. Like, I haven't ever tried the Dyson, I cannot say for sure, but that is what the Dyson was missing. Making that attachment be able to fold into an actual hairdryer form, that's the difference maker there. And then I just love the, air wrap, or whatever they're called, the auto wrap curlers, or whatever they're called for Shark. Those are great. The smallest ones are actually my favorite. I think they're 0.95 of an inch. They're my favorite. I use them all the time, and this is like day 2 hair. So this is what it's looking like after I slept on it. It's definitely got some like random areas that probably could have been fixed. Ignore that. But I just love it. It lasts so long. It does so well in humidity. The only complaint I have for this device is that the blow dryer attachment, like the concentrator, could be a little bit smaller for people like me who have a really curly baby hairs. That could be smaller. That could be smaller. But other than that, I never ever stop using this because it is just that good. It's expensive though. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's so cheap. It's not. It's still like $299. You can always buy additional attachments. It's still gonna be less than the Dyson, but $200, $300, that's expensive. But it is so worth it, and it is one of those things where ideally you wouldn't have to repurchase it, so it could break even, or you could even be making a pretty good deal on it in the long term as long as it lasts. But that initial investment is pricey, but it is worth it. You're using less heat on your hair, or like it's a little bit better. The technology is there. I love it. I really feel like I've just talked this product to death, but I cannot shut up about it. If you want to hear a more thorough breakdown and review of this product, go check out that video, because I break down price, I break down attachments, I tell you everything you could possibly want to know about that, and I have a document attached to that video. I've been shouting that video out quite a lot recently, I feel like, because I'm really proud of that video. I worked really hard on that video, but also you gotta know that this is just such a good hair tool. All right, so that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a different one for me, but I kind of thought it was a fun idea because I was really, I had to really curate exactly what products I felt were like the holy grails, could not be beat by a cheaper alternative. And I curated the best of the best here of the higher end stuff. It's expensive. Of course, you don't necessarily need any of these products, but I do like to highlight when I like something that costs a little bit more money, because if I think something is worth an investment, of such a high price tag, then it's worth talking about. You know what I mean? I do hate how expensive they are, hence the title. I hate how expensive they are. Like, these are investments of products, but sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes the extra money is worth it, and these products are examples of that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun like with this video idea, and actually filming the video with you guys. Hanging out with you guys, of course, is always so much fun for me, so I hope you guys enjoyed it yourselves. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that notification bell down below so you don't miss out on any of my future uploads, and also subscribe if you have not already. Also, check out the rest of my channel if you haven't yet. We do an assortment of different videos over here. We do lifestyle videos, beauty videos. If you like vlogs, if you like empties videos, shout my stash videos, I promise you will find a good amount of those kind of videos over here, and you can hang out with me, and I'd love for you guys to hang around long term if you do like what you see. So definitely click that subscribe button if you check out my channel and you like it, you like what I have to offer. But anyway, that is it for now, so I hope you guys have the best rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one.